right, thanks, Mark. We can still use that rain. Well, a local man is doing what he can to help people in one of the poorest and most underdeveloped countries in the world. News Channel 11's Melissa Hippolyte explains how and why one person is trying to improve the lives of people who live a world away.
Sylvester Renya was born in Sierra Leone in West Africa. He moved to the United States with his wife in 1995 to get his MBA and found a job at ETSU. He then returned home for a visit to the capital city, Freetown, 3 years ago.
There were like so many requests and people who were asking for help, and the situation was really destitute.
When Sylvester and his wife returned to Johnson City, they could not ignore what they had seen.
This is terrible. I mean, we have to do something about it. I mean, we live our lives here in the U.S. and we're isolated.
So they decided to start the nonprofit Develop Africa.
We started out of my basement and we outgrew that.
Over the past 3 years, the Renyas have raised enough money through donations to provide 15 children in grades 6 through 12 with scholarship money.
If people continue their education, they'll be in a better position to contribute to their own national development.
They've also provided numerous children with school supplies and computer training.
We're providing school supplies and books from local businesses here in Johnson City, Tennessee.
Develop Africa has received shipments of school supplies for the kids from all over the United States, things like pencils, lunch boxes, and also children's books.
I believe in each of us there's the desire not just to do something locally, but also to do something globally.
Develop Africa is completely volunteer run. That means nobody is paid on staff, not even Sylvester.
We're not getting paid for what we're doing, no.
He says he puts in between 5 and 20 hours a week at the nonprofit, but says that's nothing compared to the struggles people face in his homeland. In Johnson City, Melissa Hippolyte, News Channel 11.
Develop Africa plans to launch a microfinance program next year to help people who want to start a small business. To learn more about it, you can log on to tricities.com.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you're watching this broadcast. If you're joining live or later on, some portions of this broadcast are pre-recorded. My name is Sylvester Renya, and I'm the president and one of the founders of Develop Africa. It's my pleasure today to sit down and talk with you for a few minutes for us to talk about the organization and talk about this year, which is our 15th anniversary, and to express gratitude to everybody who's played a role in one way or the other. There's so many to name, and then we also want to take some time to share a few thank you messages, photos and videos we received from partners and beneficiaries and members of the Develop Africa team. Develop Africa was founded in 2006 and registered as a 501c3 nonprofit organization here in Tennessee in the USA. And we are empowering lives by providing educational opportunities, and we're strengthening self-reliance so that individuals, families, and communities will create positive change in their own lives. So our goal is to find out the areas that they need to be strengthened, to be boosted, and this will help them, of course, to be able to make progress in their own lives and to fulfill their own dreams. This is Develop Africa's 15th anniversary. Develop Africa was registered in 2006. If this was a situation where it was a wedding anniversary, the 15th anniversary usually is celebrated with crystal. That's one of the elements of the 15th anniversary, what it's recognized for. Crystal talks about strength, beauty, and the crystal clear understanding of each other. Well, as an organization, particularly over the past 2 years, we have focused on strategic action, we are focused on long-term sustainability, we're focused on team building, on capacity building, and on accountability. Getting to a position where we better understand ourselves as an organization and we focus on the future, on how we can ensure that we'll continue to make long-term impact. Today, what we're planning to do is to cover several areas in this broadcast. Firstly, we want to take some time to express our profound gratitude and appreciation to everybody who has played a role in one way or the other. We definitely would not be alive as an organization. We would not be able to make the ongoing impact that we are making if it was not for the strategic people, the donors, the partners, the volunteers, the board members, the staff, so many countless people who have made a difference, who have helped us to be where we are today. So today we want to start by recognizing 2 leaders who played a strategic role. We also want to thank our donors. Over 8,000 people and organizations have donated in kind and financially. They've sent in books, school supplies, teaching supplies. We want to express our profound appreciation to them. These include companies, they include schools, they include all kinds of churches, Girl Scout groups, Boy Scout groups, individuals who have run school supplies drives. We would not be able to make the impact that we have made if it wasn't for these people who are sending us school supplies, who are donating, who are raising funds. All the businesses and organizations, we want to express our heartfelt thanks and appreciation to you. We also want to thank our board members, past and current. We want to thank our partners, and also on our schedule for today is we want to talk about our progress and impact. And then we'd also like to share some happy birthday messages. So that's what we have planned for today.
First of all, my name is Ali Conte. I'm a student in the Institute of Public Administration and Management, University of Sierra Leone. And I have been given this opportunity by the IAN Sierra Leone International Education and Network Sierra Leone for me to undertake this computer training program. Because previously, I was an illiterate in computing, you understand? And after going through this program, now I have benefited a lot, because previously I thought when you go near the computer, as you just seen in the training, my hand was so hard on the mouse, thinking that if I press the mouse harder, it will, spoil, or there will be some problems. But really, after undergoing the training, that just I find out that going to computer is a very easy program, and there are a lot of youths out there, even university students, who have never had the opportunity, of accessing even the computer, because people are afraid even of going in front of the computer. So if this opportunity is given to youth, like this particular program that I've went through, just free of charge, youth students and even youth out there will be given the opportunity to be skilled in so many other, or to be opportunity to undertake so many other programs. Because one of the recent developments for employment is for you to be computer literate, and for me, I've benefited a lot now on our way this change.
Now I'd like to talk about 2 key leaders, 2 people who have played a phenomenal and outstanding role. Develop Africa would not exist, and it would not be where it is right now without the involvement, the contributions, and the intervention of 2 key people. Firstly, I'd like to talk about Dr. Jasmine Renner, my wife. Jasmine played a significant role, a very crucial role in the launch and in the formative years. She spent countless hours of time and countless resources. She helped craft the vision, think through the vision, develop strategy. She put in time into training, mentoring girls. She put in time into organizing, packing books and school supplies. Clearly, we would not be where we are without her essential role in Develop Africa, and we want to express our deep and profound appreciation to her. We also want to thank Dr. Janet Tucker. I was going to say Dr. Janet Tucker. She really deserves an honorary doctorate, because she is a true development professional with an unprecedented and an exceptional track record and understanding of development issues. She also helped to shape the vision, particularly focusing on education. She served as the national coordinator for Develop Africa Sierra Leone, tragically until she passed away this year in 2021. We would not be where we are without these two people, and we wanted to pause and acknowledge their contribution and the significant role that they played. Now we want to move on to donors. Over the years, more than 8,000 donors, groups, individuals combined. We're just talking about maybe one organization which may be composed of 20, 30, 40 people. So if you wanted to multiply and count all those people, and as you can see from some of these pictures, these are people who have collected school supplies, they've collected books, they've held all kinds of drive activities over the years, and they have sent in tens or hundreds of thousands of individual items from schools, from books, pencils, sharpeners, erasers, backpacks, and these have helped us in terms of providing the essential resources that the kids need, the youths need as they go to school. As you well realize, you would not be able to learn if you don't even have a pencil to take notes. So just imagine going to school and you don't have a pencil, or you don't have a book, and you end up having to share a pencil with your neighbor. So the person would take some notes, and then you would mention and also use that. And so we're so grateful to the donors who have taken the time to send us books and school supplies. Every week we receive boxes of school supplies, many of them brand new, some of them from our Amazon wish list, our Walmart, our Target wish list, and we are so grateful for these donors. And not to talk about the monetary donors as well, people who contribute on a recurring basis, who have made large one-time gifts, small one-time gifts. All of this together have helped us to make the impact that we have made. And we are super grateful to each and every one of you. Just imagine if we had to provide a list of over 8,000 names, how long we'd be sitting here scrolling through these names. Small and large, we want to say that we deeply appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, and thank you. We appreciate you so much. And we would not be able to do what we have done if it wasn't for your support, for your confidence that you have placed in us. And we just want to overwhelmingly say how much we appreciate you. Thank you, and thank you. These are people who have given us of their time, their talent, their brains. They've advised us in different areas. They've done all kinds of research for us. They've done so many different things. They've helped us with web design, with image design. They've helped us come into the office physically and pack school supplies. And we are super grateful for the investment of these people. There are people like Joseph, who got the Volunteer of the Year award in 2019. And there's also Kinley. There are many, many other volunteers. Some of them have come on a recurring basis for weeks after weeks. Some of them have done short-term volunteer periods, like maybe a 30 or 40 hour requirement that they had to do. And we are super grateful for all of these people. And right now we want to pause and show you a video clip where we presented the Volunteer of the Year award for 2021 to Jane. So let's go ahead and watch the clip, which was recorded earlier this week, where we presented the Volunteer of the Year award to Jane. Thank you so much, Jane. We deeply appreciate all the time you came in here into the office to help us with administrative work, with paperwork, with scanning, and we so very much appreciate your time. Let's go ahead and watch the clip now. On behalf of Develop Africa, we would like to present this award to Jane for being the Volunteer of the Year in deep appreciation for all your time and energy. You've come in here for so many hours helping us. Thank you so much on behalf of the board and the team at Develop Africa. Thank you, Jane.
Thank you so much. And I really enjoy coming in here and helping you whenever I can.
That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Next on the list is board members, past and current. As you know, it takes people of different backgrounds coming together to advise on policy, advise on decision, oversee the running of the organization. And we would not be where we are without the resources, the time, the strategy, the thinking, people bringing their diverse backgrounds into helping to advise the organization. I want to pause and take a moment to thank the current board members and the past board members. We are so very appreciative of you, of your time, and thank you for being such a blessing to the organization. Moving down the list, we also want to express our gratitude to our partners. These are organizations who have helped develop Africa in significant ways through helping us to raise funds, helping to fund different programs, helping to provide all kinds of resources to us. For instance, laptops, Kindles, iPads. So we want to acknowledge our most significant partner, Global Giving, and we are deeply grateful for their support in helping us to develop our capacity, develop our mindset, building us in terms of our capacity, helping us to become better as an organization. They've encouraged us tremendously to do this, helping us also with fundraising. We also want to thank Universal Giving. We're deeply grateful for the fundraising that they've helped us with over the years, what we've learned from the organization, from them as well. We're deeply grateful for that. We also want to thank GMA Solutions. They have been also one of our key partners. They have consistently been supporting the organization, helping towards microfinance, helping towards orphan care, and we are super grateful for them. We also want to thank Greater Good. We are very grateful to them as well. They have helped significantly in the area of supporting breast cancer and orphan care, microfinance. We are so thankful for the other areas that they've also helped to raise support. And we also want to take a moment to thank Computer Equipment for Kids. They have significantly helped us in making technology items available, laptops, all-in-one computer devices, all kinds of equipments like routers, hubs, Kindles, iPads. We are so thankful for all of these items, and we want to say thank you, and thank you. There are many other partners which we won't be able to mention right now who have helped us in significant areas, but we want to express our deep appreciation to each and every one of you. Thank you, and thank you. Okay, it's time to talk about how we started and how we got to where we are. Many years ago, during a trip that I made to Sierra Leone, my wife and I saw some kids who were on the street that were begging, and we returned back home scratching our heads and saying, there are people all over the world that need help. Whatever nation you go into, there are people who are in difficult situations, or pretty much in almost every nation. And we realized that even though people need help everywhere, we felt that our mission, or one of the things we could do, was to help people in Africa. So out of a very naive heart, we decided to start an organization which would focus on helping kids get back into school, stay in school, because we knew that education opens the door to so many other opportunities. Because if you're not in school, you can't even read and write. I mean, just imagine how limited your opportunities would be, what jobs you could apply to, what businesses you could run, or how far you'd be able to scale your business. So there's so many areas where education is important. So we had a very naive goal that we would help a few kids to get some to scholarships, which is one of the first things we did. And there's a picture where you can see the very first set of kids that received scholarships. This was, I believe this happened in December 2006 or January 2007. At that time, we called it the Promise of Hope Scholarship. So then we realized as we grew, that they also needed help with books and school supplies. And we realized that we needed to broaden our concept of education, because we found out that, for instance, the parents came back to us and said, this is one of the learning moments. Thank you for your support, helping to provide funds towards scholarships to help my kid cover school-related expenses. But if I had the money to start a business, then I would be less dependent on your ongoing intervention. So we decided that we were also going to help families with microfinance loans so they could start a small business and increase their income earning potential. Then we realized that one of the kids who were helping go to school passed away because of malaria. Then we realized, it doesn't make sense to send a kid to school and then they end up passing away from malaria. We also need to make sure that malaria, which is a critical illness in sub-Saharan Africa, that we provide mosquito nets to help keep kids healthy. And then we realized they needed solar lights. And then we realized that there were other areas which they needed help with. So we broadened our concept of education to include other aspects over the years. So we've helped to provide solar lights. We've helped to provide laptops. Of course, school supplies we've already talked about. We've helped to provide mosquito nets, as we mentioned, to keep them safe. We've provided, we broadened to our concept of education to computer and vocational training, because we realized that there was a lack of access to computer training. There are many, many schools where people have never even, students who have never had access to receive any form of computer training. So we broadened to that area. Vocational training, we started supporting that through partners, helping with, for instance, tailoring is one area which we have supported for many years. I already mentioned microfinance loans. And then the Ebola epidemic broke out in Sierra Leone around 2014. And our initial response was to try to get PPE, personal protective equipment, to nurses and doctors to help keep them safe. So we're very thankful that we're able to assist the Ministry of Health. And I'm going to pause where we can show a brief clip about a shipment. We did several shipments, but this is one of the shipments received by the Ministry of Health, and we'll just go ahead and watch that clip real quick.
On behalf of the Ministry of Health and Sanitation, I want to thank Sylvester Renner, who has actually made it possible for us to receive this third consignment of medical supplies, and also to thank more specifically Developed Africa, who has actually contributed to ensure that the Ministry of Health receive these 3 boxes of medical supplies. We are still in the fight against Ebola. We have received support from different partners, but I believe Mr. Renner is one of the few Sierra Leoneans, a patriotic Sierra Leonean, if I must say, who has always been in the forefront, actually providing medical supplies to us as a ministry. The medical items are going to be used for their intended purposes, and I'm sure we are going to be receiving more of these medical items until the end of Ebola. I want to thank everybody who has made it possible for us to receive this item. Thank you very much.
So we're very thankful that we're able to do that. And then we also went during the Ebola crisis, or shortly after that, we launched the Dream Home Orphanage, and we're able to bring in 22 orphans who had been Ebola affected. They had lost their parents, immediate family members because of the Ebola epidemic. This was at a community in Wellington in partnership with Door of Hope. And so I'm going to say some more about that later on as we go down. But we also got into orphan care. We've also got into mentoring, because we realized that there are many youths, young girls, young boys, growing, maturing youths who needed mentoring support. So we have primarily focused on the girl aspect, the young girls. And in the coming year, we plan to also do something. In the year or two, we plan to do something as far as mentoring with boys. These are situations where we bring in a group of girls. They may cover all kind of topics, from confidence to peer pressure, and just helping them to be motivated as far as staying focused and continuing with their education. We've also helped with a range of non-perishables items which we've provided as support to families, just with the goal of helping families be strengthened so that they would be able to be more successful. In terms of a summary, we've been able to send books and school supplies to a range of countries, from Cameroon, Ghana, Liberia, Nigeria, Niger, Sierra Leone, and Tanzania, in partnership with different organizations like Spirit of America. We've also worked with partner organizations, schools like the Cameroon Association for the Protection and Education of a Child in Cameroon. In Liberia, we've worked with Best Inc. And in Tanzania, we've sent supplies to St. Timothy's School in Tanzania. We're super thankful that our donors have helped us to be able to do all of this. We estimate that we've been able to touch the lives of over 110,000 children through our outreach program with books, teaching, and school supplies. And in terms of tuition assistance, we estimate that over 1,639 children and youths have received school assistance, some of them on a recurring basis for several years, because we realize that our beneficiaries need ongoing support, not just a one-time intervention, but they need ongoing support. In terms of computer training, we estimate that over 1,755 children and youths have received computer training at our 2 computer labs. So we're super thankful of the impact that we've been able to make, providing backpacks, providing books to support their learning, tailoring classes, mosquito nets, scholarships to help kids stay in school, computer training, which happens to be near and dear to my heart. I have an IT background, and we're so thankful for what we've been able to do. In terms of PPE, we're going to share on the screen a summary of a list of what we were able to ship through the office here. So these are personal protective items ranging from goggles, heavy-duty gloves, disposable gloves, boot covers, aprons. I'm looking through a list here, body bags to bury people in, thermometers, gowns. So over 27,000 items, PPE items, which we sent. And we're so thankful for everybody who contributed towards this. And we would not have been able to do this, of course, without amazing support of individuals and organizations who give towards this. Thank you, and thank you for your help.
Thank you for your love and your support. We are well fed, we are going to school. Now we can dream again.
I'm going to take a minute to just mention the Dream Home Orphanage. So as I mentioned earlier, back in 2015, thanks to a generous grant that we received, we were able to refurnish a building and we launched the Dream Home Orphanage. And so the Dream Home Orphanage was operational in partnership with Develop Africa. It continued after our partnership ended from May 2015 to August of 2018. And so many of you helped donate, helped support and take care of the needs of the entire orphanage. And in August 2018, we realized at that time, before then, we decided that it would be better for the kids to transition into families. We feel that the family is a better environment for kids to grow in. So we phased out at that time, and we're very thankful to report that the majority of the kids who were in the orphanage transitioned into families, and we're super thankful that they are all doing very well. Some of them are my Facebook friends, and we receive periodic updates from the families that they're in right now, and we're so very thankful to each of you who helped us to take care of these kids during the transition period. As we draw to the close of this session, this 15th anniversary recognition, we would like to share with you some birthday messages that we've received from, some of them are donors, some of them are the actual beneficiaries, some of them are partners, different friends that we have. So we want to just share some birthday messages as we celebrate, as we congratulate ourselves on the progress that we have made. So let's go ahead and watch a slideshow and some video clips of friends and partners, beneficiaries who are saying happy birthday, happy 15th anniversary, Develop Africa.
Happy birthday to Develop Africa.
I am Rabbi Reverend Tamba Eric Emerson Bayo. I want to use this opportunity to congratulate Develop Africa on their 15th anniversary celebrations. Thank God for what God has used Develop Africa to do in the nations of the world. I wish you all the best, and I wish you greater impact in the nations of the world. Thank you.
Happy 15th birthday, Develop Africa. I just wish Develop Africa continued growth. Thank you for empowering our young girls. Thank you for mentorship. Thank you for leadership skills. Thank you for giving them new hope and a new day in their life. Thank you so much. Wishing you continuous growth, success, and also thank you for your support towards breast cancer awareness in Sierra Leone. Thanks, Develop Africa. Happy 15th birthday.
Happy birthday, Develop Africa.
It has been the ardent and burning desires of us to wish our institution happy 15th birthday, Develop Africa.
Happy birthday, Develop Africa. Thank you for all you do on the African continent and for supporting organizations like ours in Nigeria. I wish Develop Africa many more decades of phenomenal impact. Happy birthday. Love from us at Smile Initiative.
On behalf of Faraway School for Girls for Faith Town, we would like to congratulate you, Develop Africa, on your 15th anniversary. We hope and pray that you continue to impact and change more lives. Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Develop Africa. Happy birthday to you.
Hip hip hip.
Hooray! Happy birthday, Develop Africa. Happy birthday, Develop Africa.
Congratulations to Develop Africa. I want to congratulate you, Sylvester Gonirena, my friend and brother, for this great vision of Develop Africa. I've been challenged greatly by the strides you have made helping children in Africa to educate and to improve their lifestyles. I'm challenged at the structure, the office, and even me as a pastor of my congregation, children that are needy in our church have personally benefited from this project. I want to wish you well, and I want to pray and wish that the fullness of this vision, you realize it in your lifetime. May God bless you. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Hey, to you, Develop Africa from Dantry Mark Academy. We wish you many more years and a prosperous, blessed more birthdays to come. Happy birthday, congratulations. We love you.
Happy birthday, Develop Africa. I wish you can continue to reach out to more girls and be the source of their empowerment.
Happy birthday, Develop Africa.
We celebrate Develop Africa at 15. Happy birthday. Thank you.
In closing, we would like to say a big thank you again to everybody. Unfortunately, we did not try to mention everybody by name, every organization by name, because if we wanted to do that, like I said, we would be thanking over 8,000 individuals and organizations. But please realize that we deeply acknowledge each and every person who has sent from one pencil, from one eraser, from every little tiny bit. You have helped to make a difference. You have helped to touch lives, and we are so very grateful and thankful. As we wrap up today, we want to throw a challenge to you. In celebration of this 15th year, we want to throw you a challenge. As we think also about the future, how can you help? We want to invite you to join us to continue to support the organization. Perhaps you want to commit, if you're not donating monthly, go ahead and commit to donating $15 a month, or make a one-time donation of $150, or make a commitment to donate $1,500, $1,500 over the next year, or make even a one-time donation if you have some funds saved and you just want to be a blessing. Be assured that your investment is highly valued and would help to develop, help to empower, help to touch many more lives. We look forward to celebrating many, many more years. We look forward to even greater impact. We look forward to being in a position where as we stand and look back now and we see how far we have come, we are so very confident that with your help, in another 5 or 10 or 15 years when we look back, we will be totally amazed at what we have accomplished together. So with this note, I'd like to say thank you for taking the time. Thank you for all your counsel, your advice, your donations. We deeply appreciate you on behalf of the board and everybody in the Develop Africa family. We say thank you to you all, and we say happy 15th birthday, Develop Africa. We appreciate and love you all. Thank you. Bye-bye.